Here's a topic. I haven't had one for a while. Had the subwoofer replaced in the laptop, and that got rid of the distortion. But most of all, I really haven't had anything pressing to say. And suddenly this kind of came to me watching the New Hampshire primary. Now, I don't know how you feel, and maybe just a certain percentage of us in this here population we call the world feel this way. So I'm going to throw it out there and see if you do. I feel a strange comfort and an enhanced sense of security when something big is happening outside of my realm, and I can watch it on television. It comforts me. I don't even know, I can't really find a better adjective. I get a surge of energy. It stabilizes everything in my perceived realm to know that something huge is happening in the world around me, and that a large percentage of the population is likely tuning in also. This happens when there are major election results coming in. It also happens during catastrophes. And that's kind of an awkward admission to make, that when a hurricane is ravaging another part of the country and I'm glued to the screen, I feel strangely secure knowing that it's happening outside of my world. Maybe psychologists have an analysis of that. Maybe there's even a term to describe why one would react this way. And maybe it's, can be sourced to neuroses. We don't hear the term neuroses much anymore, do we? In my day, or when I was in high school and college, you were neurotic if you had a problem. And neuroses was, the label for strange behavior. I suppose maybe it's found its niche in the movies of Woody Allen, which are each one of them masterpieces. I dare you to defy that definition. So I'm watching the New Hampshire primary results. And, they're out of my hands. I don't have to control the outcome. But the outcome will be revealed to me. And maybe it's because spending most of an adult life in the performance arena, albeit not world stage, but locally somewhat significant, being an orchestral musician for several decades, and teaching thousands of children and having all of those in audience. To be able to come home and just observe something bigger than anything I've ever been expected to create or sustain happening, all I have to be is the observer. Maybe that's why it's comforting. Being in the world of production, expectation is a close relative. We perceive or we assume that there are a set of expectations imposed by others on the strength of our efforts. Quality judgments are about to be made. Some of those judgments are not well-founded. They might be purely opinion, and some of them might be incisively critical and come from voices of authority, of real acknowledged authority. But when a voting primary is in progress in another state, and it's being broadcast for several hours over international television, the spotlight is turned off of me. I don't have to produce anything for those hours. And when there's a massive snowstorm, that's the best of all. I live in Erie, Pennsylvania, where we have been known to get pounded by as many feet of snow as we are tall. And it just shuts everything down. Just about everything shuts down. We don't have to go anywhere or do anything. We just have to stay in the toasty house and survive. Those of us who speak from my point of view. In the same breath, I'm made to realize that those in the midst of the chaos, or those without a home, or those who cannot be warmed, be brought in from the cold, have a much different experience and response to all this. But a massive snowstorm, a voting primary, or a world catastrophe, and I am home sweet home, ever grateful to be living in Slumtown, PA, on my corner in this transitional neighborhood, amongst renters, screen door slammers in the summer, rabble rousers, illegal firework shooting off, rabble rousers, and regular people, my neighbors. Andrew Yang just succeeded, dropped out of the race. What a brilliant man. He was so cutting edge that he got marginalized. I mean, even his position on stage was always on the end. You know, the person standing on either end gets the least amount of airtime and attention. Most people in this United States hasn't a clue what the guy even has to say. He's so fully informed. So he's not been able to gather enough support and is going to step away. But the counting continues. And I'll be doing some counting myself later. I'll be playing my music, counting beats, counting out rhythms, preparing music for a production in April. But tonight, it's New Hampshire's primary, and I am not in the spotlight. I don't have to produce a thing. All I have to do is curl up and watch it all happen. We need to be careful watchers. We need to be watchful in these times. Keep your eyes open. Keep your ears open. Watch what's happening. Thanks for watching.